a curriculum that enabled engaged, even pleasurable experiences of healthful food and exercise, as well as strategies to integrate these practices into daily life independently and affordably. Many wellness education programs already existed, and even more do today. But our key contribution was to set common advice about making healthy choices in the context of the structural factors that can make fast food more economical than healthier alternatives and access to the time and space to exercise a privilege. This book emerged from that activism, a quest to understand how fitness has evolved to represent far more than physical exertion, to be connected to a set of values that privileges the individualistic, disciplined pursuit of health, or at least its outward appearance, as a virtue, and to transpire in spaces not universally accessible, challenging some inequalities and intensifying others. I did not arrive at this project naturally. I grew up in the Boston suburbs in the 1980s and 90s, and I felt intimidated by, averse to, and apathetic about the exercise activities available to me, sports and dance. All seemed to require talent and technique that I lacked, and in auditions and tryouts where other kids shone, I only envisioned embarrassment. Short-lived, lackluster forays into ballet and lacrosse only affirmed my antipathy. But the activity I most despised was the required one: physical education. As a bookish kid, unfailingly last on the rope climb and mile run, and even at hopping up on the bleachers before class began, I invented every excuse to escape this obligation. My salvation came when I learned I could obtain course credit for participating in an unspecified, supervised physical activity. Annoyed, the department head reproached me. "That does not include team sports." No problem. In 1994, my options were hiring a personal trainer, that's for rich people, my parents rebuffed, or participating in an activity included with our family membership to the Jewish Community Center, group fitness class. I suited up in lime green Umbro shorts and an oversized t-shirt decorated with dancing Grateful Dead bears and tentatively walked into step aerobics. The youngest by at least a decade, I hung in the back, marveling at the synchronized movement of the men and mostly women. Before long, I was at the front, my reflection a version of myself I barely recognized, spinning around the molded rubber and plastic Reebok step, purple risers stacked ever higher, new muscles visible under the tight bike shorts and sports bra I'd bought at the mall. After class, I felt breathless, strong, and ready for anything, or at least for my homework and high school social drama. I had discovered fitness, not sport, and its codes, rituals, and hierarchies, which I somehow felt more capable of navigating. I didn't yet know the vocabulary of self-care or wellness, but I knew I was hooked on the exhilarating feeling that overtook me when the 32-count workout music piped up and I focused only on mastering choreography. I also didn't realize that I had entered that studio at a moment when the fitness industry was expanding dramatically, both in market size and in the ever loftier promises it made to a clientele increasingly encompassing more than bodybuilders and so-called gym rats. Over the coming years, I experienced that expansion firsthand. In order to take free classes while in college, I worked the reception desk at a world gym. Handing out towels and swiping cards, I observed the twin spectacles of New Yorkers sculpting their bodies and of a franchise frantically attempting to compete with the sleek new health clubs that featured aerobics classes, cardio machines, and yoga mats rather than iron barbells. I moved to California and found a recreational running culture more inclusive than anything I had seen back east, and the presence of people of all ages and sizes paired with the opportunity to fundraise for leukemia and lymphoma research and warm weather inspired me to run my first marathon. I became certified to teach Intensati, a fitness class that combined aspects of martial arts, dance, and yoga, and was hired at Equinox, an expensive chain with a self-serious motto: "It's not fitness, it's life." When my classes filled, I was chosen as a brand ambassador for yoga-inspired retailer Lululemon Athletica, a huge poster of my pregnant body swathed in expensive stretchy fabric hanging on the store wall, a reminder that spending on exercise and its accoutrements was a socially acceptable form of conspicuous consumption during the Great Recession. My students often asked how I could smile so broadly while teaching